What's up? Good evening, everybody. It's us. It is your ladies of love and light. We even have a docent. It's Kim Mazzella. My name is Donna Vee. This is Tracy, Locke, and this is Manifesting Monday on Practical Magic. We're so excited that you're here. Running across the bottom, I just want to remind everyone that you can watch us on Monday evenings on Facebook. You can watch us on Periscope, on YouTube, or Twitch. I mean, there's so many choices, but we'd love it if you would go over to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, and share, where you can see all the videos from the great beyond. And I'm going to say good evening to Ms. John Maloney. And then once everybody starts coming in, I will let you know once the flow of the show goes. We will not be interrupting, but we will take questions at the end. Tonight's a big night. Why don't you guys kick it off?
Well, first of all, I have to say, you girls are absolutely glowing today. What's happening? You guys are on fire, literally. Donna, I'm loving the hair. It's reminiscent of what's her name? One of your clients, Shauna Lane. I love.
Oh my gosh, I was channeling my inner Shauna Lane today.
Yes, I love it. I love
that you noticed that.
Yes, I'm noticing the curls, the flow. It looks great, fabulous. Fabulous.
Little flat iron flicks. That's it. But I wanted to say I got your Christmas gift, and I absolutely love it.
Awesome.
And it says, high vibing, crystal loving, sunshine seeking, chakra balancing, moonbeam dancing, lover of light.
Oh my God.
Not describe me any better if I was lost and you had to put this on a note button.
So now we know, ladies and gentlemen, if Donna Vee gets lost, that will be her wanted poster.
Yeah, and this is what people need to look for, and you'll find me.
Her shining beam face in the middle. You have to get a picture of those people that are not lucky enough to know Shauna Lane, and you're going to have to do a side-by-side comparison with the curls.
I'll get that out. I'll get it for later.
Perfect. Kim Mazzella, mindset coach, light docent. How's your week starting? It's Monday. How you feeling, girl?
I have been working like maniacally. I've been writing another course. So, because God forbid I just stop writing.
Chill. God forbid you just chill. But are you feeling inspired?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny because I said I was going to start the course about a month ago. And every day I go to write the course and I'm like, oh, I don't know. This is hard. I have nothing. And I actually thought I would do it all through Christmas break. And I watched The Flash on Netflix instead.
Nope, not gonna happen.
That is so funny. Hi, Christina. How are you? Welcome. Dawn Maloney wants to know, where did you get that shirt?
Hey now, secret. It's a high vibing secret that I'll have to.
Fell off a truck, Dawn. That's what happened. Okay, so don't even worry about it.
But I just want to finish. I did. All of a sudden, I woke up in the middle of the night after meditating endlessly and being consistent in my work, and I was like, I know what I'm going to teach, and it was like. It's been nonstop ever since that moment. So
I was actually going to ask you, what's your process? Does stuff come to you, or do you have to sit yourself down and really get focused?
Okay, well, even with writing or anything, you do have to sit yourself down every day, right? But here's the thing: is that I knew I wanted to write this course, and I knew the basic subject of the course. I knew what I wanted the course to be, but I didn't know how I was going to get. Because the big thing in a course is, how am I going to get the person to the solution, right? And you know that my courses are, it's not like pie in the sky ideas. I give you little teeny ideas and then I make you practice it, right? Little teeny ideas and practice it. And it was kind of like a pie in the sky theory. So how am I going to get to little teeny ideas? So I was having a really hard time because the breadth of what I teach is so large, and what's the most important way to get there, right? So, and I wrote about 4 courses before I was like, no, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. No. And so I'm really happy with the one that I jumped out of bed to write. All of a sudden I knew what would get them there.
Wow.
And yeah, so I'm really excited about it. It's very basic stuff, but it's basic stuff combined with real thinking work. So I'm really excited about it.
I have a question. I have to interrupt you. Some of the things that I've heard from a couple of people, I want to ask a question. If we have so many new people watching, and if you listen every week, you would understand exactly what you were just saying. Can you introduce yourself again? Because we have picked up so many new people.
Okay.
I'd love it if you could just introduce what it is that you're talking about, because if not, it sounds like a really big inside secret.
Okay, it does. So I should probably remind everybody what I do every time. So I'm a mindset coach. I'm a light docent. So what I believe is that we all are basically light, and what's happened to us is that we've we've forgotten who we are. And so I call myself a docent because I basically teach you how to find yourself, right? I teach you, but more than anything, I teach you how to stand in your power. So I have courses that you take with me, and the courses are very, very tool oriented. I teach you theories that are based in law, universal law, and of course in miracles. But those theories are great, and they're great to know, but I actually give you tools to figure out how to actually apply those theories in your life to make it so that you have awesome relationships and that your life goes in the direction that you want. But most importantly, I teach you how to stand in your power, because I don't think it's something that we know how to do. I don't think, I think as women, we
like, I'm going to call right now from a new client.
So, but I mean, I think women, we just have not been taught how to stand in our power, and men have been more, and it's nothing like against men. It's just they're expected to. Actually, we're not, and so we don't really understand the subtle ways that we give away our power until we're like explained very clearly. This is how you give away your power. When I tell people that, they're like, oh. You know, most people are pretty smart. They just don't realize what they're doing. And so most of the women I work with are not women who are falling apart. They're women who are, they kind of have it together, but they really wanted to get it together, right? Like Donna and you, right? That you kind of have it together, but you can't figure out how to get over the mountain. Can't figure out how to get yourself to that place where you feel like you have good boundaries and you have, and so I walk you through a series of steps that are part of a curriculum. I don't tell you what to do. I tell you what you're doing. If that makes any sense?
Yeah. You were talking about some small steps. Can you give an example of what may be considered a small step, you know, what we're talking about?
So part of my work is meditation and basic affirmations, right? So you kind of can't work with me if you're not willing to meditate, because I really honestly think it's the weirdest thing that works so well, and I can't explain. I mean, like, it's like one of those things that I say you have to do it to understand how it works. You just have to do it to understand. It doesn't necessarily always work when you're meditating. You don't actually always feel like enlightened in the middle of meditation. But if you meditate, and I'm talking, you don't have to do it for 30 minutes a day. Start out with 2 minutes. If you just quiet your mind and get in the practice of quiet your mind for 2 minutes, and then move it up to 5 minutes, and you can get to the point where you are able to focus your mind better. So the other little thing that I have people do is affirmations. So it's meditation, affirmations, and then reflection. So each day you have a reflection of something that you're expected to think about. And it's a walk through the chakra system. So my new course is just a walk through the chakra system, which we just gave 7 courses on, like classes about, or whatever we call it. But if you don't know what the chakra system, it's a walk through your energy body in order to get familiar with how you operate in your own power. Your chakra system is basically your own physical example of how you operate with your power. So when we are in our power, our chakra system's healthy. When we're not, we're not. And a lot of times you need examples, like, you know, when you say yes when you really mean no because you feel like you should, or when you feel obligated to do something because you feel like you should, you know. Now, there's times we do these things, and it's important, and it is staying in your power. Like I was just talking to Don about something that I feel like I made a commitment to, and I don't really want to, I want to walk away from, but my commitment is more important for me to honor that commitment. That feels like it'll keep me more in my power than just walking away, right? Okay. So it's not shades. There's shades of gray in there. Like, you know, life isn't complicated. It's never like cut and dry.
Right.
So you know, if you're standing in your power when it feels really the worse it feels, you know, like when you
say that again, you know, you're standing in your power.
Yeah, you'll know if you're in your power or not, but depending on your emotional experience. So if you're feeling decent about yourself and feeling in charge of your life, you're standing in your power. If you feeling upset or less than content, or just bored in your life, or feel like you are out of control, really out of control is out of your power.
Right.
Wow.
Like that gut feeling when you walk into a room and you get that instant, like, or if you're having a meeting with someone, or, you're talking to someone after a comedy show, and sometimes you relate and you click and you feel so good. And then there's other times where maybe you thought you didn't do so well and you're not in your power and you just want to get out of there. Your body will tell you.
Right. Okay, that's exciting. I love that. That's a great base. And tonight we're talking about something that's really exciting. I've experienced it firsthand through you, Kim, and I could not believe the results. So can the
both put it up here?
What's that?
Oh, here she. I love the flyer you made, Tracy. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Great.
We are talking about scripting tonight.
All right. So can the two of you, in a very simplistic way, first explain to us what scripting is?
Donna, you want to explain it because you've done it with me. So maybe you could explain what it feels like to do it with me.
Okay. I feel like there's a couple things I want to say. Scripting to me can be the wish that you make for your birthday cake, but if you write it out. So manifesting is the wish that you make when you blow out the candles and you close your eyes and you go like this. But to further take that wish somewhere else, or that goal, is you actually physically write it down as if you are writing your order to the universe, but not in a way that you're saying, please. You're saying, thank you. And you're writing it as if it has happened.
Right. And thank you is the most powerful manifesting word. It really is. So they say that the masters, I think this is Carolyn Mays said this, the masters speak in thank you. They don't speak in please, right? So they speak in thank you as if it already happened when it hasn't happened yet, right? So if you know something's coming, you're just excited about it, you say thank you. Script writing, why I like the writing aspect of script writing is, you can have fleeting thoughts in your head and you say, I want this, I want that, right? And if you try to visualize it, all of a sudden you kind of make it concrete. But when you try to script it, now you're forced to really think about it, really think about like what it would look like. And then scripting and visualizing together, which is, we really should have thought about, well, we could teach that as well. Scripting and visualizing together is such a powerful thing. I mean, that is, it's so important, because the thing is that the world is always going to give us an opportunity for contrast, right? There's going to be things that we like in the world and things that we don't like in the world. And that's going to be the world for all time, right? There's always going to be things that feel like challenges. The world, Abraham Hicks said once, if you just got everything that you ever thought about, life would really be boring.
It'd be boring. Yeah. And the other thing is that's the same, without contrast, without rain, you wouldn't appreciate the sunshine. If it was sunny every day, I mean, yes, you'd appreciate it. But how many days have we had or how many times have you had, 3 days of rain and you wake up and the sun's out and all of a sudden it was like the first time you've ever seen the sun. So there's a level of appreciation that you can harness to have all the time.
Right. So script writing was something that was taught to me when I was very young. It was one of my first experiences. I had a teacher. She was from Breezy Point, New York. I don't know if you know where that is.
Sure.
And my cousin drove me out there, and I was a mess. This is like the beginning of my experience. And she told me that I was meant to be a light worker. Now, she wasn't like a psychic or anything. She just thinks everybody is meant to be a light worker. And she told me that that light was an equal balance of darkness and of a positive energy and a negative energy. And if you think about how a light is made, it's an equal balance of those energies. You can't have light without the negative energy. You need the positive energy too, but you can't have. So the way we see our way, what lights our way is when we bring the positive energy to the negative energy. They're both going to exist. So getting upset about what is going on in your life that's a big challenge or is really awful, actually, when you are faced with something really traumatic, and think about it, like parents who've had kids die, God forbid, they start these,
like
funds.
Foundation. And like millions of people, they can change millions of people's lives. Now, I hope this doesn't, God forbid, ever happen to anybody I know, but those are people who really made great light from great tragedy, right? So all these little challenges are opportunities for light in our life. And so if we think, so anyway, Virginia taught me that was the first time anybody ever told me that my dialogue sucked, right? And
Okay,
like,
now break that down really basically. What do you mean I know what you mean, but for people like Donna said, we have a lot of new people. When you say your dialogue sucks, you're talking about your inner dialogue.
Inner dialogue, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to remember, like, I assume people know these things. So thank you for reminding them, because they're so part of my life.
We'll shed light on your stuff. Okay.
We are the practical to your magic, Kim.
Oh, I always feel like I'm the practical to your magic.
Yeah, you guys are phenomenal. Okay. So and how did she know your inner dialogue sucked?
Because I had a conversation with her and I asked her how my life was. And so what I said to her was I was a mess, that I had like literally this all happened in a 3-week period. A 3-day period. I'm sorry. I lost my job. My roommate kicked me out of my apartment. I couldn't stop my eating disorder, and my boyfriend left me. Like, this was a 3-day period of my life.
That's a lot. That's a lot to handle in 3 days. I would be like, there's a lot going on here.
But looking back, I needed that to happen. I really did. I was a mess. I mean, I was a mess, and I was pretending I wasn't, and I was thinking I was getting away with it, but everybody knew. And I was full of, defenses. I wasn't willing to work on myself. And it was almost like the universe is like, you will get healed. But she heard the way I spoke about myself. She knew I thought I was terrible. She heard that I thought I was the worst thing on planet Earth. She heard my inner dialogue. And she said to me, do you want to continue down that path, or do you want to work with me? And I said, yes. And I stayed there for 3 hours, and she taught me how to script, and she taught me event and a script. And it was like my life changed. And then from there, I worked with another teacher. I worked with her a couple more times, but my mother had worked with her for a long time. So my mother actually gave me a lot of her work. And it's so funny because before that time, my mother had always been trying to give me Virginia's work, this woman's work. And I was like, oh no, and then after that time, I like soaked it up like a sponge. Like, Mom, I need to learn all this stuff in today.
Wow.
One of my favorite things about this is that you admit to and discuss where you had weakness, and then you overcame it, and now you are a master teacher. And that is something I think that is very important for anyone that's watching, that might feel like, due to what's going on or what life is throwing at everyone, that some people really feel like they're in a very low place and they don't see that there's any possible way out. And I just want to say, as you were talking about that, I appreciate your honesty, because there's so many people that we hear from, that we look to as light workers, that we never hear the backstory. We never hear that they came from somewhere. And I think that if you are suffering from, a low self-esteem, or if you are a negative self-talker and you don't have great dialogue, you might be watching this going, I'm clicking off of this because there's absolutely no way I'm going to ever get better. And I learned that, I know, when we first met, and the first time that we ever met physically, and I know we've discussed it, and I won't discuss it at great length, but the first thing you said to me is, we have a lot of work to do. And you said to me, wow, the way I pictured you was like a soccer mom. No offense to soccer moms, because some of you are really hot. But if you technically look it up in the dictionary, I didn't describe myself in a very nice way, because I wasn't feeling very good about myself. And
I met you and you were spectacular.
Sometimes we need the mirror, which is the life coach, which is a friend, which is a docent, to really be reflective. And I think I just want to say thank you, because I know that there's so many people that are watching that are not in a great place, and you are proof positive that there's a way out of that place.
And I think that's a super great point. And I have a question for you in the practical magic. Donna, when you first spoke to Kim regarding everything, did you know you were in a bad place, or were you kind of not? Like, no. The question is, do a lot of people know they are, or?
Well, yes and no. What I thought my bad place was that, my daughter was going off to college for the first time. She's now graduated. So this is like years ago. And I truly had my first feeling of panic of, well, I started my business for my kids. If one of them goes to school, does that mean I'm going to have one person less to like motivate me to be successful? Because I didn't see that success came from within me. I thought I was just doing it because I was this mother bear and I had to take care of my kids. What Kim really gave me some, shed some light on was it's already there. You already have it. You just know how, you have to know how to say, oh, okay, so I can be my own self-sustaining light. And I would say things like, you know, I think I was going through a breakup at the time with the person who I'm really grateful I was with, because that's how I met Kim. The guy I dated sister is best, you know, really close with him. That's how we met. And, you know, like, look, no matter how people look from the outside, and I know this sounds so cliche, you never know what they're feeling on the inside, because it's a lot easier to curl your hair and put lipstick on than it is to fix your chakras if you don't even know how to fix them. I mean, there's tutorials all over the internet on how to put makeup on. No disrespect to like our friend Dawn. She teaches that, right? That might be a little bit easier to pick up and figure out than to do all this inner work. And I think that's why a lot of people stop. And they don't realize that you do have to move beyond the, oh my God, I can't believe I have to meditate. This is the worst thing in the world. And then you get to a point where you're like, I can't wait to share with you guys that I spoke today to our friend Suzanne Stein, and she sent me this meditation that was so good. I did it this afternoon. I'm like, this is amazing. I feel like I was on vacation for 7 whole minutes. And,
Awesome.
but you know what I mean? I think that you have to just kind of, I think that's why we should circle back to the scripting, explaining to people how they can implement a tool like scripting to really bring themselves to the next level.
Okay, great. So on that note, I think that's a perfect segue. Let's talk about what scripting is in a very rudimentary, elementary way, Kim and Donna. So let's take us through it step by step.
Go for it, Kim.
Okay. So you have
gonna make Kim bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to step back for 1 second, and you need to understand with scripting, it works with the law of attraction. So you have to understand that your words, you want to think of your words as being a wand, right? There's a book called Your Word is Your Wand. It was written in 1920 something. Your words are creative. Your words have power. And so if you want to put your words out carefully, thinking that whatever you put down on a piece of paper is something that you're going to create, that the universe is going to bring to you. So you want to think of a script as something that you're writing to the universe, like a requisition form. So I always started thinking, I'm going to attach to the source of power. So I think I have energy in my body, and I think of that source of power as a source of energy. Now, you can think of it as God, right? Or you could think of it as your inner guide, which I do believe is part of that, right? So you could think of it as super conscious mind. I was taught it as super conscious mind, and that really works well for me too. So I always start it, thank you, super conscious mind. And so your script, you always start in thanks. Thank you, super conscious mind. Oh, is that me?
It's okay. It's your super conscious mind.
I don't even have my hearing aids in. They're over there.
Hearing aids. Go ahead.
Okay, so thank you, super conscious mind. And then what you want to do is you want to write whatever it is you want to create in the world. Now, you may want to create a thing. May want to attract something into your life. A lot of times in the beginning, when I first started script writing with other people, it was always about attracting people, right? Like if you want a partner, you might write a script like, thank you, super conscious mind. And then you write whatever it comes next. Mine might be, thank you, super conscious mind, for allowing me to attract, right? Thank you, super conscious mind, for allowing me to attract all that I need to create a wonderful partnership. Then let's say you're writing about a partner. Mine might look like, so I always say, if you're writing about another person and you want to create one, you want to write about what you're like in the relationship, what the other person's like in the relationship, what your experiences are together, what you do together, what works well in your relationship. And so it might look like this. He and I, or she and I, depending on what you're going for, get along great. We always have so much fun. We're able to talk honestly and truthfully to each other. So do you see how I'm writing that as if it's going on right now?
Right. So Yes. Okay. So you're
Right.
writing in present tense. You're writing as it's already, or past tense. It's already happened, kind of, right?
You can do it in past tense. Yeah, present or past,
Okay.
either works. So if you want to use ing words, you can write it in present tense. We're enjoying, we're expressing, we're experiencing. Those are that I call them the 3 E's. So that will keep you, the ing will keep you in present tense, so that you don't say I want. You want to say it as if it's going on right now. And so what that does is, like, one of the things I wrote when I met my current boyfriend beforehand, and he was like really freaked out that I wrote about him before I met him, like a year before I met him, that everything is easy. We're able to have really easy conversations, that we are if we have a problem between us, we come to each other and we're honest about it. We are really, like, those things are very, very important to me. So I made sure I wrote as much as I could in that. I also included, because I have a very, very big family, and my family is incredibly important to me, and I need someone who's willing to tag along for the ride, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I wrote, enjoy spending. We're enjoying spending time with our family. He gets along with everybody. My parents really like him. Blah blah blah. His parents like me. Like, these kind of things. Like, we're respectful. He comes from a respectful family, and my family's respectful to him, even though I knew they would be. So I really start, and then I might think, together we like to, because that's really important to me. I want someone who is not going to sit around. So I wrote, together we like to go into the city and go to the beach. And I used to write the city, the beach, the city, the beach. And it's really funny when he's listening to this. He always says, I love the city, but I love the beach. I can never decide which one I love more. I'm like,
wow. Exactly.
Right. But the thing is, you write everything. You just try to write it all out, everything that you could think of. And I heard it again. So you want to write everything that you could think of. And really, this should not be a half a page. This should be pretty big, right? Especially if you're writing about a partner that might be your life partner.
Right.
I did this for my house when I got my second house. I did it for my house. And I said, for some reason, I always thought I was going to have a 3-bedroom house. But when I was writing my script, I'm like, it'll be 4 bedrooms. And I described what the windows would look like in front of the house. And I described a couple really weird things. And when I drove up to the house, she said to us, oh, we're going to go see number 31, which is like kind of my lucky number, 31. It's been my number since I'm little. So I'm like, there were the windows in the exact explanation of the house, like that I had written. And she's like, I know you're looking for 3 bedrooms, but the way this is set up, it's actually 4 bedrooms. And I was like, oh my God.
I know that happened to you too, Tracy.
Yes, that exact thing happened to me.
Let's hear your story.
Yeah, well, I was working with Kim, and she said, do the scripting. And I was like, okay, we'll see. I'll just do it because I trust Kim and Donna. I'm going to see what they say. And I wrote down, and I got so specific because Kim was like, make sure you get specific. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get really specific. I'm going to say 3 bedroom, 3 bath. I just shot the moon because I was like, okay, what do I really want that would be really fun? I said, I want it to be like a cozy little cottage. I want a wraparound porch with a swing, and I want it to be yellow, which is like, okay, super specific, right? And I got a phone call like a week later from Coconut, but some people know who that is. And he said to me, you're not going to believe this house that I found. I don't think it's right because it's in a price range that's super reasonable for what it is. And it's like adorable in this like ridiculously beautiful neighborhood. And I don't know, I never saw, because we were searching on all the real estate websites. He's like, I've never seen this before. And if I saw it, I would totally know. And I said, okay, describe it to me. And he's like, okay, it's a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom farmhouse with a wraparound porch, and it has a swing. And I was like, is it yellow? And he's like, and that's where I'm living right now. And it's exactly. The crazy part is, I didn't even get to tell you guys this, and I'm sure Kim will speak to this, and you too, Donna. Like, I haven't read it in a really long time because I wrote it like 2 years ago, and I started reading it, and the neighborhood, I got very specific. Again, with Kim, I was like, I want it to be a multicultural neighborhood. I want it to be a neighborhood with all ages. I want it to be a very social neighborhood. I want it to be a place where people have parties and get to know, you know, like a close
Like a neighborhood, right?
Neighborhood. Not, believe me, because I've lived plenty of places where I lived there for years and didn't know the neighbors at all.
Right.
These neighbors are so friendly. My dad came down to the house and he was like, this neighborhood is such a like nice mix of people. It was just, again, crazy.
I know. Nancy says that's freaky.
Isn't that
awesome?
Yeah, it is. It's freaky and awesome. But here's my question to both of you. I'm so angry at myself because I see exactly what happened. And do you think I've written a script since?
And we've talked about that, but I think that is the same thing with a lot of things that we do in life. You go to the gym, you see results, and then you miss it, you get lazy, you stop going, whatever, and then you're like, I can't believe I don't fit in these pants. And then somebody says to you, you could just go back to the gym. You're like, yeah. Like, I don't know what it is, why we have these blocks for ourselves.
Right. Maybe we could speak to that too. That's like, what the heck is going on when you have these tools, now need to use these tools. I mean, I just think it's so important that we implement them on a practical note. And Kim, you said something that was really important. You kind of glazed over it, but I think it's really important. You have to make the time every day to sit down and write and sit down and meditate and take it seriously because they're tools that work.
Well, I'm going to speak to something that maybe I haven't mentioned before, but I do teach A Course in Miracles. And A Course in Miracles says that we're basically like, we live on one platform or the other. And the way I call them is the platform of love or the platform of fear, but the Course in Miracles describes it as the ego mind or the spirit mind, right? And the ego mind, the fear mind, wants us to do anything other than look within, because the fear mind knows. Think about, it's kind of hard to explain, but imagine if you thought if you did something, you would die, right?
Okay.
The fear mind thinks that if I look within, it's going to be so painful, I'm going to die. And it's kind of right, because what it will be is it will be the death of the ego, and we'll step out into love, right? But we don't feel that when it feels more subtle than that. It just feels like, I don't want to do this because it feels hard, right? But it's really, there's part of us that is so afraid to take care of ourselves because we'll shine. And if we shine, that will be the death of fear. And fear doesn't want to die. Like right. That mind is
fear of success.
Yeah, right. So I noticed it today. Like, there is this task that I just didn't want to do. And it's a task that I made a commitment to, right? So I make a lot of commitments to things that I probably shouldn't. But once I make the commitment, I believe in commitment. And I think that commitment. So I was within the level of the commitment because I had said I would do it by this certain date, and it was in February. But I was like, just get it done. What are you going to wait till February 16th when it's due? February, just get it done. And so I did. I sat down, 2 hours, done. I'm like, I would have given that so much power if I had waited until February. Why would I give that so much power? But it's like, we got to take our third chakra, our inner child. We take our second chakra, inner child. We got to take our second chakra by the hand and say, listen, I'd rather be at peace than be miserable. And if I don't do this job, I'll be miserable. And the funny thing is once I started doing the job, it was fun. That's the reason I took on the job in the first place.
Exactly. That's like training a puppy to go to the bathroom outside, or waiting until the puppy is not trained, poops and pees all over. And then you're like, I got this older dog now that just goes to the bathroom and I got to try to train him. It's like, whenever you don't do something and you start from the beginning, it starts out this little tiny thing. And like you said, it gets bigger and bigger. And then it's just like insurmountable in your mind.
Yeah. You got to start at the beginning.
There's one thing I forgot to talk about, though, the ending of a script. Okay. So you've got your 3 Ps. You have to write your script in the 3 Ps. And so that's in the personal, meaning you're writing it about you. You're not writing it about somebody else. In the present tense and in the positive, do not use the word only. I feel like the word only, and I don't know how to explain it. Only is a limiter. And it's a way it gets into our scripts. Like, I only have, or I only do this once in a while, or I only attract only positive people. Don't say it like that.
Okay.
Say, because you don't want to use that word only. I feel like only is the worst word to use in a you'll find yourself wanting to use it. I promise. So what you want to say is I attract positive people. You don't want to say I attract only this kind of thing. You say I attract this kind of thing, right? So the word only, we almost get used to using because we think that we got to get rid of the rest. If you focus on what you want, the word only is not necessary. Okay. So the personal, the present, and the positive, and you want to write it for what you really want. Like, really get excited about what you're writing. Like, it should be like, what will happen though, sometimes if you write it, if it brings doubt into your mind and you're writing it and you get like, oh, I don't know if I can have this, stop writing it. Step away and go watch a YouTube video of Donna and Tracy being funny. Right?
Right.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah. Go get yourself laughing and then go back. Because what will happen is when you're writing this thing, you might bump up against that belief, I'm not worthy or I'm not enough. You're going to bump up against some I am belief that you may have to overcome. So you've got to find a way to believe that you're worth it, right? So you don't have to believe, you don't have to go to 17 years of therapy. I'm talking just be in a good mood.
Right. You don't have to say, I'm not worthy for this. Why am I writing this?
Right,
you don't
right.
debunk it before it even happens.
Right. So you got to find one little sentence that makes you feel worthy. Like, plenty of people get this thing. Why can't I? Like, right. Like my big thing is I wasn't put on this earth to have a limited life. I was put on this earth to have the things I want. And actually the things I want are designed just for me because I want them. So, because unfortunately not everybody wants the things I want. It's the truth. Because I mean, I know people who, let me tell you something. I didn't really want to be on Facebook Lives. I wanted to be able to do my job for a living. You know what
and get your message out. That's what it is.
Yeah. But there are some people that love to just like, they're like, this is what I'm having for lunch and this is what I'm having for dinner. And God bless those people.
And we may know them. Ow.
You might know who they are.
I have to go for a Facebook. I'm like, made this commitment to do a live, and I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. Like for 3 days in a row.
Funny. I think that's so funny. I love it.
The first time I did it, I was like shaking. My whole body was undulating. I'm like, people do this all the time.
Yes, they do. Yes,
so are we going to write a script? If we were to write a script for what we wanted this show to be,
which I think we should.
Like if we could make a little bit of a template almost so that maybe we can be the source of example for those that are out there and have no idea how to start. And I know you did tell us how to start. Thank you, Superconscious Mind. But if we were to write it based on our personalities and us as a unit, can people do that for a business as well? Or with Kim?
Yeah, I've been doing it for my business endlessly. So here's how I would that. The first sentence should be, what did I miss?
I said, I know. I just wanted to say it.
She's like, I'm just using it as example.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. I just get so excited.
All right.
This is perfect, though. At least we're all laughing. So, I mean, everything we say next is going to come true.
That's right.
So, what do we want it to be for our awesome television program?
Yes.
Thank you, Superconscious Mind, for our awesome I wish I wrote quicker.
I just wrote this. Look, TYSCM 4.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What does that mean? Oh, thank you, Superconscious Mind. Look at you.
Yeah.
I was away for like 7 minutes.
You're like, come out of bed and I go into the kitchen, shorthand. Oh, go ahead, girl.
So for our awesome television program. So now what would we want? We were found on YouTube. So a producer found us on YouTube. What kind of person would find us?
A benevolent benefactor.
A benevolent
from Hay House.
Yeah, benefactor from Hay House found us.
From Hay House was perusing
YouTube one day. Yeah.
And said, what a fresh bunch of ideas.
And came upon our show.
And said, we need these women to lead
the rest of the free world.
Yeah. We need these women to get the message out.
Okay, or I was going to say to teach women how to step into their power and have a lot of fun.
I love it.
Let's do that. I like that.
Step into power, step into power. That's like the Step into Christmas song.
Oh yeah.
Forever and ever, step into.
Is that what they say?
Step into Christmas.
Is it Step into Christmas?
Yeah.
All these years, I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't know it was Step into Christmas.
My cousin Lauren's favorite song.
I
love that song.
I didn't know it was either.
Anyway, yeah, we're going to step into. All right, we're stepping into our power.
We're going to teach women how to step into their power, and we're going to have some fun while doing it.
Absolutely.
And wait a minute, can we talk about that? That will be. This is a question. If you want something to be like a soul, like your what's the word I'm trying to say? Like your job. Like I want to make enough money doing that I don't have to do 15 other things. So
yes, I do it all the time.
How do you write that in the positive? So it's not like, again, like you said, like I only want to do that because I don't want to limit myself. But how would you word it so that it's very specific?
So it's funny because I'm writing a course right now and the course is going to be completely automated. So I've been saying everything I do beyond that course, I'm just going to do because it's fun, right? Because I love to teach this stuff. This show I do because it's fun, right? I love to constantly talk about it. So we're going to make enough money that anything else we decide to do for money will just be for fun. How's that?
That sounds amazing. I'm all over that.
We will make so much money and have so much fun. I usually type these now. So yeah. and have so much fun.
I love it.
Do we need to be specific, Kim, with money? Do you have to say?
Remember, listen to her. She wants a dollar figure.
No, I don't. But I'm always wondering, like, how specific should you be? Because I read the story about Jim Carrey. I'm sure you guys know.
Yes.
With the movie, and he wrote himself a check for a certain amount of money, and he kept it in his wallet.
Yeah.
And then when he worked on the film, that was the exact amount he got paid.
You can absolutely.
Kim makes you write a check.
Yeah, I mean, well, but here's the thing. Like, I think, right, for more money than I could ever possibly ask for, right? Like, more money than I could have ever possibly used, ask for, you know. So, and I say, an ever increasing abundance of money.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but you could write our check at the end if you want to create a little check. And say that.
Well, I just want to remind everyone because they're probably like, "Wait, trying to write this fast." You can go back and watch this on YouTube on, Manifesting Money and Practical Magic, or on Facebook. They're up and they're archived there. So if you're looking at this from Periscope and there's replay there, I just want to remind people because this is something that when you're done listening, you could take out a piece of paper and a pen. And this is something that Kim teaches in her course for a lot of money. And this is like getting. This is a service that I have to say I'm very grateful to be part of.
Yes,
with Kim and with Tracy. But I mean, honestly, this is like some really great information.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say we'll make so much money that we would never have to think about money again. And anything that we do is just fun. We have so much money that we like gasp when we look at our bank accounts. That's actually something I've said.
Wow, this is getting.
I'm going to help so many people out with it, though. I can't wait to help so many others.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was absolutely thinking that.
You know what? I read in one of the Seth's books.
I was actually. Go ahead.
What did I miss? I keep missing.
No, I said I was actually thinking that, helping others.
But she went like this. That's exactly what I was thinking. She was being silly because she knows I'm like Robin Hood. And I'm like, I want to like help everybody. And she's like, me too.
Yeah. No, I do love that.
I'm gonna help those people in my neighborhood because I've eaten so many of their burgers.
Well, here's the thing. We all have the things that we want to do that we're inspired to do. So some of us are inspired to help others in certain ways.
Yeah,
and some of us are inspired to make other people laugh. Like for me, my helping, like when I help people, I don't really necessarily go out into the neighborhood because I'm kind of shy. But what I might do is I tithe a lot with my clients, right? So if they're having a bad day, like I actually had a client this morning text me in bed. It was my day off and I was sleeping, but hey, but I didn't know it because she's actually going through something real. Like, And she was really upset. And she texted me and I said, I'll call you in 30 minutes. And she goes, no, you don't have to call. I'll wait for our session. I said, no, I'll call you in 30 minutes. And I actually spoke to her for a half an hour because she was going through a really dramatic thing. And I needed her to step into her power so that she could do it well, right? Like I didn't need her to do anything. I wanted her to, right? So I wanted her to have a good experience in what she was about to face. And I knew that her thinking was off, right? Bad thinking. So I knew that all I had to do was just, I could tell what I needed to do, like how to tweak her thinking about it. And she did. She left it and she's like, I'm so glad that we spoke. I feel so much better. And I didn't tell her what to think. I got her to think better, right? So all I need people to understand is that when you're writing this thing, write it like it's so exciting. Like when we free write, we have so much money, we gasp every time we look at our bank account. That is exciting, right? Like, so write that.
Yeah,
we can.
And just for the record, Donna, I do love helping people, and Kim, just so you
know that we both know that, you silly girl.
I just think for the they're like, oh, she's like Kim Cattrall in which is
now coming back to Sex and the City. How about that?
I know.
Oh, let's write. We stay friends, and our friendship grows and gets stronger.
Love that. Yeah.
And we don't have any problems with Donna when she gets famous.
Our friend, I don't know.
And we sell oodles of merch.
Okay. We sell oodles of merch.
I love it.
You can do that part.
I love that part.
That part is actually fun. That's cool.
Okay.
Cool. I would love for us to do like a theater tour with it. And it would be like when I say a theater tour, what I mean is like weekends where we do like an empowering weekend for women.
Like a retreat.
Like a retreat, right? Like a retreat, but it's we handle all aspects for women of empowerment. I mean, I guess it just doesn't have to be for women, but I really do feel like women need the leg up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing against the guys.
Nothing against guys. I love men.
Nothing against the guys. Love men. But I'm not going to love
the guy.
You what? What did you say?
She'd like to be.
Look forward to being up against the guy.
Yeah. You can still be
like couples up. You're both like, nothing against the guys. I'm like, my script is so different after this. I can't wait. There's a tiger on my book.
I like it. No, but what I'm saying is I would really love to empower women because I feel like, as Kim said earlier in the discussion, we don't have as many templates. We do now, more and more. There's so many more women, going out of the norm and doing amazing things and like groundbreaking and showing young girls the way. But how great would it be? And Donna, you've brought this up in conversation. How great would it be if kids are taught this at an early age, especially girls?
Yes.
That you can empower yourself and you can follow your own heart, and you don't have to do these social mores where you have to be the good, nice person all the time who says yes.
Larkin's signing up for the retreat already. I just want to say,
there we go.
You got somebody right now, and you know what? She's amazing with merch. So I would love to also put in our script that if we could also, by empowering other women, we could
have to create jobs for other women.
Right. Like, so for instance, we're going to do merch. So Kelly Larkin is, she's a very talented woman and she's very sweet. She's a powerful woman. I think one of the things, and I don't know how you would put this or articulate this in the script, but I think it would be an amazing opportunity if we could provide a space not only to empower other women, employ other women, so empower them through, like, I know we want to start at a space or we're starting from a small space, but think about it. We're scripting. Sky's the limit.
Of course.
That's how amazing would it be to have a network.
Right.
Okay. As we expand, we bring women into the fold through employment and networking.
Yes.
And networking opportunities.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We want to like start a parade.
That's right.
Maybe we have.
Women in a way that they feel supported. They feel loved. They feel like they have a community to go to that they know will be behind them. And it's not like I really would love to create a space for women where it's true empowerment and there's no fear of like when you walk out of the room, because we've all been in this scenario where we've been with other women and you feel like you walk out of the room and it's like they're gonna be talked about. I just want to make sure women
save space.
Okay, so we don't want to talk about,
but empower, about
what we don't want, right? So this is really careful. And I do know that there are groups of women who do that, but I'm not going to lie. I don't really have them in my life anymore, right? Like, okay, that's awesome.
Nancy's an artist and she's got amazing jewelry. She's jewelry at our space.
Yeah, let's
we have vendors selling their stuff.
Vendors is awesome, especially women vendors. So we're bringing women into the fold. This is what we're doing right now. We're bringing women to the fold. We're going to create a support network so that all women can shine, right? We don't want to talk about what women do because some women do that, but not the women we attract. So we are attracting
positive, empowering women, like-minded women.
Positive, like-minded women. Like I always say, my clients are not like people who are backstabbing, have no money, have nothing. They're not necessarily rich, but they're women who are striving to be better, right? And that's what we're attracting to. Because someone who says, "Oh, nothing will ever change and nothing gets better," well, they wouldn't even find us, right? And let's talk about her, that's just not who we are, and that's not who we'll ever be. I might talk about her if I really love her hair and want to know how she did it.
Positive stuff. You can't compliment someone enough. I'm totally up for that, and like make them feel good. Let them know how.
But realistically,
special.
But being honest and doing it. Don't do it just for the betterment of them momentarily, because we all know that that's like building the straw house. It's not going to stand up.
Well, we don't want people.
But how many times though have you gotten a compliment?
Be authentic, right?
Be authentic. But how many times have you gotten a compliment, Donna, about something it doesn't have to be like earth shattering, but it really lifts your day? Meaning, if I say to you, "Oh my God, I love your hair like that. It looks so pretty. Looks great." That's it's a shallow comment, but if I really mean it.
I get that. I'm just saying, as long as we're genuine.
Right. Yeah.
As long as it's your love language. Have you ever read that book?
Yeah, your love language.
Your 5 love languages.
I don't know any women that don't have the love language of flattery. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you have a point.
I don't know any of them.
Flattered.
Does anyone out there have any questions for Kim or Tracy or myself? Please be this is the time to do it, because we're at 52 minutes. We have 8 minutes left, and about 2 minutes toward the end of the show, we always go into our cards and we, pick out cards for us and for you, because this is what we do here. This is like you're out of Kiki, okay?
Yeah, well, I have a question while the people are formulating questions. So once you write this letter, Kim, what happens then? You read it every day? Like, what are we doing with it?
We have to sign it first. So we got to talk about how to sign it. But let me just tell you what we've said. Thank you, Super Conscious Mind, for our awesome television program. A benevolent benefactor from Hay House saw us on YouTube and came to our show and said that we need these women to teach women to step into their power and have some fun while doing it. We will make so much money and have so much fun doing it that we'll gasp whenever we look at our bank accounts. We'll have more than enough to do everything that we want to do, and we'll only do all other work for fun.
Wait, did you write only?
Oh,
okay.
Good catch.
If we do, no, actually, I didn't. If we do other work, I said only, but I didn't, because I'm so trained.
That's all right, Carolyn, we're getting right now to how to do your ending. So we have a question from YouTube. How to do your ending. Great question. We're going to come up with that right now, but welcome.
Okay, welcome. So we enjoy our retreat weekends, and in them we bring women into the fold through employment and networking opportunities. We attract positive, like-minded women who are interested in holding each other up. Okay. Now I'm going to be honest. If I was writing a script with you, I would make you go and do it. And I give you different things. So it's got to be us, me, we, them, you know, like you want to make, but I think this is pretty good. We may want to add on it at the end of the show, right? But the ending I've been doing for a very long time, and it's very important to do it just this way. So it's thank you, superconscious mind, or whatever you believe, right? So thank you, superconscious mind. And then I say, it is right, comma, right now, benefiting myself and all others. Oh, wait, benefiting my, thank you, superconscious mind is right now, benefiting myself and all others. It is so. Amen. So you want to make sure that whatever you wrote on a piece of paper, it brings positivity to the entire world. So you want to say it benefits myself and all others. Is that me again?
It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll teach you how to take it out.
I'm going to have to get real headsets eventually.
No, it's not. You probably get your text message notifications over your computer, which I was, and I just figured out how to turn them off.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, the important thing when you're done with this, right, is you want to put it somewhere you can see it. Now, I actually carry it around, right? So when I do event, I often do event from a script, of a script from event. I'm sorry. So I'll do event, which is something else I teach, which we're not going to do today, but I'll do a script from event most of the time, because most of the time I'm rewriting what just happened. But we should script everything. I mean, if we scripted everything in our lives and just like give it a shot, script something small and just see how it goes, right? Then what you want to do is close your eyes and go through the lines and just see if you can come up with visualizations that feel really good when you look at them. And so when you look at a visualization in your mind, like just do it right now, think of a cat, right? And so what you do is you close your eyes and you cover your left eye. And if you could still see the cat in your left eye, that means that you've got it it's fully engaged in the right side of your brain. And then if you can still see that picture with your right eye covered, then think of the cat, then it's fully engaged in the left side of your brain. What will happen is I will have people look at the picture, at their visualization, and it will be different. I don't know why. So what you want to do with your picture after you've come up with your visualization of this is make sure it's joyful and in both sides of your brain. And then once you have your picture, you hold your piece of paper with you for 24 hours and then you give it away to the universe. And then in morning and at night, just picture your visualization and get excited about it. That's it. Don't think of it any other time. Give it away to the universe. You don't want to be obsessing over this thing, because if you obsess over it, you're telling the universe you don't trust it. You just written it. You know, you just got to get excited about it and then go live your life joyfully and stay in joy. And that's the best thing you can do to attract it.
And I love that. But when you say, again, just on the basic level, give it away to the universe, what does that actually mean? Do you burn it? Do you keep it somewhere? What do you do?
Well, with my vents, I rip them up. I don't burn anything because I have it.
Were there vents?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm losing my mind. With these, I'm losing my mind because I write a vent and a script. Most of the time I teach them together. So I don't really teach just script writing. Thanks for the clarification, Donna. So no, what I do is I'll keep this on I actually keep it up against my body for like, I put it in my bra. For a good 24 hours, like in my bra. I'll put it under my pillow when I sleep, and then I'll carry it for the next 24 hours, and then I'll just put it somewhere, like so that I could look at it later. But you don't want to obsess about it. Once you've gotten through that 24 hours, you want to the more important thing is just to live your life joyfully, to constantly focus on and seek joy, and then and give it to the idea of it'll take the amount of time that it's going to take.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you order something from Amazon. You don't like go to Amazon every single day and look to see where it is on the map. Some people might do that, but it's like a watched pot never boils. So when I know with scripting and with the art of allowing and not being, a block for yourself, if you do it, you focus on it. And then, think about this. And I always go back to the birthday cake. I just always do, because I think it's such a simple way to like really think of it. When you blow out the candles on your birthday cake and you make a wish, how often do you think of the wish later on?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Any less of that wish? Do you still make it with your eyes squeezed tight like this, and you believe it's going to happen? Why is it that like you can do that? But to me, that's kind of like how I would explain to somebody, you need to let go of what it is when you put your order up.
I know you've said this before, but for some reason, it's the first time I'm really hearing it. I'm like, this is awesome.
It's always been just when people ask me about manifesting, that is the most simplistic, broken down version of, to me, that people manifest all the time and they don't know it. But as soon as you put a title on it, it's like people kind of get a little nervous. They get like, oh, it's jarring. It's like, I can't manifest. I go to church. I'm not going to do that. I'll get kicked out. Listen, like I was, born and raised baptized Catholic. I believe in the universe, and I haven't fallen down too much yet. And I'm even wearing a wedge shoe today. But I just feel like, when you're doing something from a place of a positive intention, with positive intentions behind it, with love behind it, I just think that that's how simple it can be.
Well, I hope the people out there, and I know they are, will go home and write their script, or they're already home. We'll really take the time to write a script. It's so worth it. You have nothing to lose. That's what I would like to say to the practical people out there. The people that are a little like, I'm not really sure. I was like that. I'm telling you, you have nothing to lose. What's the worst that can happen is you sit down and relax your mind for a couple minutes and write a script and kind of get some clarity on what you're looking for. But it's actually going to work. And I am so excited to implement our script. I'm so excited.
And please, if anyone out there writes a script and then you get, you want to share your results with us, we'd love to hear it. You can inbox us. I just want to show this. This is something called Josh Manifest. I got this as a gift. I did one with Tracy, and This is actually manifesting like paper that you are instructed to write, but you could look this up on the internet. I mean, this will be part of our, when we actually have our own merch, we're going to make our own.
Yes.
And it's got incense on the bottom, and you write on the paper part of the top, and then you burn this. And this is something similar. Now, I know with venting, like for instance, we could do something about venting next week.
Next week, yes.
And Carolyn, I'm so happy that you enjoyed yourself. If you want, look at the other videos we have. There's so many topics. The flyers are very beautifully done. Tracy does our flyers, and explanations are on the flyers. We do go off subject sometimes because this is a conversation between a professional life coach, two comedians. The three of us are friends, but Donna, Tracy, and I both have actually been clients of Kim, and we just thought this would be a really great way to bring, information to people that just really want to hear it. But this is really interesting. But I think venting might be something that we could talk about next week if you're open to it. We don't have to make the decision now, but I also did that a lot when I was young. You'd write something like to a girl that was mean to you in school, and you're like, ooh, because you really don't want to say some of these things. Yeah. Like I don't want to say it, but I need to get it out of myself. Yes. Have an outpouring of it, and then rip it up or burn it. But we could talk about that another time. It is now time, though.
Yay! I've been waiting on
that. Yeah. Kim, when you get your cards read, are you thinking of a question? Not cards read. When Donna's picking these cards for you, are you thinking something in your head? I never asked you that.
Yeah.
You are. All right. So you're asking.
We have a script here that I should look at after we're done.
Okay.
That Tracy and I wrote.
Oh, okay.
Really? A long time ago.
Oh my God.
You ready?
Yeah.
Whoever's going to go first, you let me know.
Stop. I know you're going to give me another one, so it's fine.
No, because I don't know where I should stop. You know what? I'm going to do the top and the bottom card from each.
Okay.
Wow.
In the middle.
Fancy pants.
All right, fancy pants. You ready? Romance. Ooh. Emerging. Ooh, is your romance emerging, Kim?
I think it is.
Wow.
Intention. Does he have good intentions, though?
I don't think so.
Oh, and power.
Oh,
power. Power's a good one.
That's your intentions. You want to help women step into their power.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
That's pretty darn tootin' awesome. Okay. All right.
Here we go. You ready, D-Money? All right. Now.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, you always get her, and then
I
always
was so excited. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Mhm.
Children.
Oh!
I heard from a little bird today that somebody had a dream about you having twins.
I know. She told me about it. I was like, that's
And there's 2 of them right there.
I know. Is that nuts?
All right, let's see what this one is. Oh, answered prayer.
Oh my gosh.
OMG.
Can I tell you? Am I allowed to say it? Or is
Yes,
it
say it.
say if you ruin the wish?
No.
When I said to Kim, do you think about something specific? And I was like, okay, because I never asked before. I kind of just, whatever the cards are, the cards are. And I said in my head, okay, what's the deal with me having a family? Swear to God.
I believe you.
Oh my gosh.
Swear to God.
I believe you.
Oh my God, you guys. What if I get a call tomorrow and they're like, we have 2 twins that we would like you to.
I love it.
I'm like, all right. And they happen to be 21-year-old boys.
And that's it. Well, no, you want to get the 17-year-old on the night before their 18th birthday, so you get to enjoy having children. You want to adopt 17-year-olds. I see you're drinking water just in case the universe is trying to.
Just because I happen to have a 17-year-old boy, you don't want to adopt one of them.
You're like, just say no. Just say no.
Oh. All right, I'm going to think of something then.
All right, here we go. Do money.
Okay, ready?
Give them to me, Donna. Give them to me.
I would be giving them to you for sure. Wait a minute. How did I get the same 2 cards?
So weird. You got the same cards. That's really freaky.
I think, well, I think something might be happening that you didn't
My
expect.
wish is for you. Wait, I'm doing it again. If that happens again, I shuffle. You saw me shuffle.
I know you shuffle, but maybe that's your destiny.
We got to go back and look at how she shuffled.
Yeah, I know. I want to go back to the video.
Maybe wait a minute. Stop for just a second. I want to say this out loud because Kim, I want you to be the witness to this. Maybe part of our show is the fact that we both have children super late in life. And we have to try to cope with that while
Well. Here's the lesson. Yours could happen. Mine would be immaculate conception. If that's the case, I'm going to be the richest one here because I'm going to get a reality show and be like, Jesus. Yeah.
No, mine would be the Messiah. I'm telling you, there's no ability to have children here anymore.
The Messiah. I would be hosting the only room with a view for the comeback kid, okay? I don't know. I mean, hey, listen, he entered that way the first time. Why would you go through a different entrance if you knew it was an easy one? I do love animals.
Oh, boy.
In a manger.
Oh, okay, in a manger. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, no, come on.
I was like, wait, where's this going? She loves that.
No. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay, let's just see. This is the scene. You saw me shuffle. Retreat. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We were just talking about that. That's very cool.
We were just talking about that. Let's get back on track for Donna. And Archangel Michael, you guys know.
That's your guy.
Guy.
That's your guy.
It is so. Oh, God. You guys are amazing. I love you ladies so much. I love this. This was fun.
This was fun.
And you need to be enjoyed for this to work, right? I mean, That's what you want to do.
It was amazing, and I'm so excited to see where this script takes us, and I'm totally into it, loving it. And I hope, again, people out there that are watching, give it a try. It works. I'm telling you, from somebody who can be some skeptical sometimes, this works. Scripting works. It totally works.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, ladies, until next week, thank you so much. I love you guys. You're beautiful, and we'll see you next Monday night.
Bye.
Bye.